Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Crypto Casual. This is the episode 14th, July 29, 2021. I am your host, Chuck, and I am your esoteric coach. Alright, I got Amazon stuff coming in. Alright, as y'all know, if you've been watching my channels lately, the Bitcoin and the blockchain to me is the first manifestation of a new consciousness of the human evolution. We're no longer other species of humans, and nor will this species of humans last. We'll eventually evolve into a new species. I like to call it Homo Illuminus, and it's a new consciousness, and BTC is the financial institution, if you will, or the intuition of the new consciousness. And like I said, I'm your host, Chuck. Here at the Crypto Casual, we like to casually talk about cryptocurrencies, BTC, finances, and the esoteric or the secret stuff that they don't want you to know but is in plain sight. All right, and the purpose of this channel is just to show you the fundamental successful financial strategies and the educational frameworks on how to grow a simple and rich life. I don't want difficult, so if you like difficult, you can find someone else's channel because I like simple in my life. If it's too difficult, my father always said, work smarter, not harder, and I like that. So I like to be lazy, successfully lazy, which means my money's working for me and I'm not working for it. Makes sense? Hey guys, I appreciate you showing up like this, and we'll get into liking, subscribing. Definitely subscribe. That's going to help me get to my goal of 1,000 subscriptions within 6 months. So please share this with 5 friends and have those 5 friends tell 5 friends if you like this. If you don't, leave me a comment and let me know why. And I'm open to criticism. That's part of learning and growing. If you watched my episode yesterday, we went over that you need to be open with humility and be open to growing and changing. So yeah, this is the framework I'm going by until that changes, right? This trend is our friend until it ends, which means we'll keep going, which is just I have a whole bunch of topics of the day, and we'll come up with that esoteric, insightful question of the day, behavioral framework of the day. Hey, you know what? I am not on the picture here. Let me go back to, here I am. Hey, you're wondering where I probably was. Well, there I am. So we have the crypto definition or the framework. We're going to go over the framework to help you with the esoteric, but frameworks both financially, about you, and the mind and our emotions. So we have crypto definition of the day, news of the day, strategy, crypto prices, and all that good stuff. Alright, so we already did this like and subscribe stuff. Watch the videos all the way through. I know right now they can be a little long, but we'll shorten them up as we go. Or if you like them at the length they are, then just tell me, and we can definitely keep them at the pace we're going. Alright guys, I am not your financial advisor or your guru. I am a coach. I can coach you, just like Tiger Woods has a coach. I can coach you and help you with frameworks. I won't tell you what to do with your life. I can gently, through directional facilitation, see what works best for you, and that's up to you what works best for you. All right, ultimate responsibility of your health, wealth, and love is you. Do your own research. I'm over here doing research 8 hours a day, but I enjoy it. It's fun. I love reading, but I also understand too that I don't want to invest more than I am willing to lose. So let's get started, guys. Esoteric thought of the day. Now, in esotericism, will and power is what we know within the Christian Trinity. And again, this isn't about religion or faith. To me, this is just electrical comparison, or let's talk electrical representations, right? We put names and icons and stories to electricity, but for me, everything, when you say, hey, what's behind this, what's behind that, well, what's behind that, what's behind that? Well, we end up with electricity, and what's behind electricity, or what makes electricity is atoms, electrons, protons, all those antons. And then eventually we get into the secret society stuff, which we call from God to the hierarchy to Shambhala to this and to that. So we will take a look at this, which is just a manifestation of that, the big that. All right, so will and power. Hey, I disappeared again. What happened to me? Oh, Alright, and let me float me on top. I already did that. There we go. That way it won't disappear on me. Alright, will and power is the father, or what I'm calling the transmission or the movement forward, if you will, of electricity. Love and wisdom is the son or daughter. It's the receiver, or the subsidiary, or subduction of, or the division of. We can use all these terms. But active intelligence is what religions call Holy Spirit, and again, it's just the whole energy. So these aspects are contacted in woman and man at the final initiation, and we talked about initiation yesterday, of women when they're nearing the end of their journey and is perfected. Perfected, in this case, is freedom. From the esoteric sense, it means you understand the process of enslavement. And so you have perfected yourself to get out of enslavement. Does it mean we're perfect beings? No, that's not what we're talking. It means access to freedom, and once you've freed yourself, which is freeing your thoughts, having control over your thoughts, then you are free. You are then initiating into the higher source and the higher power. Make sense? All right. Now, BTC blockchaining for me is perfection. It is the new manifestation of the second consciousness, the second Christness, if you will. Krishna, whoever you want to call it, I don't care the name. For me, it's we're going from 110 to 220 human beings, and so we're going to be lit up a lot more, so that's why I say homo luminous. All right, blockchain is perfection, at least what we perceive as electrical perfection. So that perfection is just like we are. We're upgrading our thoughts. We're getting faster. We're thinking faster. We're becoming X-Men, if you will, or supernatural beings. All right. Yeah, we'll stop it there. So what kind of framework do we need to sort of get in that mindset? Well, it's basically understanding, again, who's controlling your thoughts. You are. No one else is. Now, thoughts can come in, but it's up to us and what we do with those thoughts. We think the next thought. Someone may put a thought into our head, but it's up to us what we do with that thought. We can deny it, disarm it, give it no attention. We can do anything we want with our thought, right? Because we can start our thought process, which is the genesis. And again, you will reveal to yourself that revelation, the revealing of the ions, which is your own energy through this process. So an initiate, same word, a desired path or plan. Those words are big in esoteric speak. That's why I'm capitalizing on them. Think of a desired state and strategize it in reverse. Much like when I write a book, I like to start with the ending and then right up to that story. So for a moment, let's imagine you're just standing on a beach. And I want you to use all 5 senses. Your smell, your taste, your touch, all that good stuff. I want you to feel it. I want you to hear it. Right? Close your eyes and just listen to this as the waves come in and crash on the shore, and the birds and the bells in the background, the buoys. Right? Really get in touch with that feeling. Imagine yourself being there in that moment. Right? All right. Open your eyes, whatever. All right, we're not there, but we're here. So we started in the reverse, which means it's going to be the ending, our goal, our desired state. So we're in a present state, and now we want to go into a desired state, being at the beach. This is making a plan. This is a path. And so once I have my decisions, or once I start making the actionable decisions to actually start going to the beach, right? Because it's just a dream unless you take action. And so we just need to set a path and a plan. And if it gets too overwhelming, we can break that 1 step into 5 steps, and take those 5 steps, break them into 3 more steps, or however many steps you need until you are fully in alignment with the feeling of standing on that beach and imagining yourself there. Right? So when you make a decision, any of the decisions or steps or frameworks you're doing, does it have that same feeling of you standing on the beach, your end desired result? Right? And once we have the feeling behind these decisions, then that is the right decision for you. If you're making a decision and it's getting complicated, it's getting hard, then that tells you that you may want to look at a different pathway or a different plan. Because we don't know what we don't know until we plan it, right? Or until we put a path to it. And once we put a path to that path is too much, then we can reroute, make another path. Because who can change that path? You can. Got it? So hopefully that helped, and we can do this for anything, for finance, health, wealth, love. We can do this, but again, we're keeping it casual and not going too deep. So hopefully these sort of superficial things can help you, but you can definitely dive deep into this stuff. All right, crypto definition of the day. A lot of y'all know what this word is, but some of y'all new, and that's who my audience is people who's getting in here new and not overwhelming them. We're breaking down. My plan is to break it step by step by step until you understand it, or at least you have enough to sort of put it in your own words and tell other people about. So blockchain, what is blockchain? We hear that BTC is blockchain, right? The blockchain is a digital ledger of all transactions ever made in particular cryptocurrencies. It's comprised of individual blocks that are chained to each other through the cryptographic signature. Each time a block's capacity is reached, a new block is added to the chain. The blockchain is repeatedly copied and saved onto thousands of computers all around the world, and it must always match match each copy. And there is no master copy stored in any one location. It's considered decentralized. Now, I know some of y'all are going, well, what's a ledger? Well, in the old school ledger, we used to have keep track of everything to show my age, and I still keep track of all my crypto these ways. And it's an old ledger style, right? We input what we are in, what crypto I'm in, how much I bought, what day did I buy it, how much did I buy, how many did I buy, and this way I can keep track of all what I buy or what I plan out, and this could be for anything, just not cryptocurrency, but it helps me keep track, and that way I can look 30 days from now at this and then go, oh, well, that cryptocurrency's gone up 50%. Then I have a choice. I can do something with it. Sell half of it, put some into Bitcoin, put the other into Ethereum, and then keep the other 50% right into the coin of which I'm taking the other 50% out. And that makes sense. So if a coin goes up 50%, I'm going to take 50 of that 50% of that coin. So if it was 100, now it's 200. I'm going to take $100 out, and of that 100, I'm going to take $50 and put that into Bitcoin. I'm going to take 25% of that and put it in Ethereum or any other top coin. And then 25% maybe some speculative coin that's really cheap that it may or may not, make it. But again, I'm willing to risk that money because it's money that was made because of the coin went up. Make sense? Hopefully it does. All right. A lot of blocks here, and they're all connected, right? They're all going across the world. It's hard to hack. It's hard to hack all these when they start shipping them all around the world. It gets very difficult. All right, let's get on to the news of the day. I like this. I'm an old Florida boy. Grew up on the beaches, and here is Miami, Florida. Here in the U.S. is he was one of the first governors, mayor, governor. I forget what it is now. They started accepting Bitcoin, and not as legal tender, but you can pay bills with it. And now he's looking at making his own, or they're making the Miami coin. And I'm keeping this up, and it launches August 3rd. So I'll keep you updated to that if I find out more. But definitely pull up that story and look at it, and you can go into the details of it. So basically, for every Miami coin that's mined, 30% of that goes to the city of Miami. And then I'm not sure what they do with the rest yet. But yeah, read the article and see what you think about that. All right, strategy of the day. Developing portfolios. Just as we broke down our ledger into date, time, how much we bought, and all that good stuff. Well, some of us don't even have a portfolio. We're not taught this in traditional indoctrination camps or schools. And so what I want you to do, the best you can, is take every bit of income you have coming in, put it on your ledger, and then write down how much money you have going out a month. Now, if you don't know exactly to the penny of how much you got going out a month or coming in, now I understand some of us, we have flexible income because we have different sources. That's fine. And we can get that to the most part. But our bills going out, if you're making a path and a plan, then it should have a plan of when you pay your bills or how much you're paying. And then you can control the rest of what's going out. And if you're not sure, go ahead and I think there was a few videos back that I said, hey, bring you a piece of a little folder around with you, and every time you spend a dollar, no matter if it's credit or whatever it is, I want you to write it down, right? And then that way you can see what you're spending each month. Make you a calendar and put on that calendar, here's when this bill is due, here's how much it is, how much am I paying? Add all that up. Include gas, Unlike our government, who doesn't include food or gas in the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, we're going to include everything. We're going to include 10 cents if we spent 10 cents. So this way you have a clear idea and understanding of what is coming in and what's going out. Now, the more things you got coming in, I don't care if it's $1, write it down. So we have an idea of what's coming in and what's going out, right? Transmitting, receiving. What am I receiving? Basically what I'm transmitting, right? So we want to look at all sources of income. I don't care what they are, who they are. If you got that money and then bills come out of that money, we want to look at that. Because we want to see what is freed up so we can then take that and start cost averaging into gold, silver, Bitcoin, real estate. Or savings account, and we can do the savings account now through DeFi or decentralized finance, where you can put your money up and actually gain 8, 9, 10% on many sites. So anywho, we want to develop a portfolio, and you can do this easy. If you have a computer, you can go into any numbers, I think it is on Apple, and then spreadsheet on Microsoft, and you just type in, just make a list and type down, and then go into charts, and it'll make you a nice little chart like this for you. And then that way you can see, begin to see what your portfolio looks like. And once we sort of have one for our life, we're going to make a crypto portfolio as well, or a financial one. This one can include all health, wealth, and love, if you will. If you love God, you want to go to church, tithe 10%, that's an outgo, right? We're not talking about taxes or anything yet. It's just money going out from what came in. Make sense? And so once we have the whole picture of what's coming in and going out, now we can go, okay, let's break it down. And specifically for this topic today is finances. And so finance, how much gold do you have? How much silver do you have? If you don't have any, that's fine. Let's start. This is a goal. This is a plan. This is a path. It's an actionable path. I can go to a local pawn shop and go to a dealer. I can go online and buy for $30 right now, or $40, I can buy an ounce of silver, right? So we can start our plan, and I can go into crypto, right? And then start my crypto, my financial portfolio, which you can look at most of mine, and it's diversified. Some in crypto, gold, silver, land, and cryptocurrencies, right? And if there's other things like art and other stuff, I can put those in there as well. And a lot of these are just assets. I'm sitting on them. I'm not trading and getting rid of too many of them because I like the projects I'm in, and I'm just leaving them there. And then eventually they get to a certain amount, I'll borrow against them, right? And then I can live tax-free. So the tax man, he wants to take, drunk Uncle Cocaine Sam wants to go ahead and take all of your money and scare you enough out of it, and you'll end up freely giving it to him. If you can watch that conditional box, unconditional programming, it's called programming for a reason, right? Is to help you release your money and then have them give you money until they pull it away, and then you'll say, oh, I'm afraid, I'll do anything, give me your money, right? Because they want you divided, they want you scared, they want you injected with stuff, they want you to eat chemicals. The food and the drugs are in the same administration. So I just choose not to live that way. I choose to live a simple life. That life's very complicated. It'll make your body very complicated, your love life very complicated. Ownership of another person, or if you marry or divorce, it's a nightmare. So it can be those things. It doesn't have to be, because it's your thoughts about it, correct? So basically, we went on a little rant and tangent there, but my point is we want to start building our portfolios. And if we can print out a nice little visual here, it helps you, and then you say, okay, I got 29% land. I own my own land, my own house, fine. Okay, I own this, I own this, I own gold, silver, and this could be my crypto, who knows. But start doing that, and that way you have a better idea and picture of what's going on. And it'll also help us understand what we can get rid of, or credit cards we can start paying down, or whatever. Or start cutting until we make more money. We need to make enough money to go ahead and put into our assets without trading too much of our labor. Slavery, as we talked about early on, and the freedom of will and power, you have to have the willpower to get out of slavery. If not, you'll just succumb to you'll just choose to succumb to their power, which is neither right or wrong, it's just a path. Everyone has their path, and at times we need criminals and we need cops. It's just, we need the yin with the yang. So you get my point. Anywho, let's go on. Crypto prices. Well, we can just go here real quick. Let me pull up CoinGecko. I was looking at some coin tier flow. I think you'll see later on is my pick of the day again. Alright, so let's look at these prices today. Bitcoin, we're at 35.6. We've been hovering around that. We're up 22%. Awesome, 3% today. I'm expecting a big breakout here soon. I don't know that I have it pulled up, but we'll look at that another time. I'll have it pulled up next time. It'll just be the charting what I chart with. Ethereum up 15. I think we're about to have a big breakout with both of these. We can easily go up to 46, 47,000 on Bitcoin and probably about over 3,000 with Ethereum. And so Cardano and all the rest of them. XRP got a little shoot up today because there's news about that. I'm not going to go into it. And news, again, I've never followed Doge. It's just a meme coin, but they are beginning to bridge it with Ethereum. That's again the news of the day, but again, if they can bridge that and then they can use it as payment systems, now it actually has a real world purpose, and I would have no problem buying some if I can see the benefit and if they'll make me enough off of it. Solana still is going back up 15%, 22%, so everything's up about 22% over the last 7 days. Beta Network at 37%. OKB up 62%. Terra up 61%. So these are all excellent buys, reward buys when I told you to buy them back when. Alright, let's get back to our program. And so my crypto pick, because I normally have 3, but I'm going to reduce it to 1 because I do want to talk about each one a little bit. And so Flowcoin, which you saw earlier, it's around $18. I think it went up a little bit since we watched. Well, it's going to include apps, games, and digital assets. And so if you've been in cryptos long enough, you'll understand what crypto kitties were. It's the first thing that you could buy Ethereum with, and those things went up in value. But here's all the ones that are joining Flow, or Flow is associated with. And Flow is especially hooking in with the NBA, because we're going to start auctioning off a lot of the stuff from Michael Jordan years in basketball. So you can actually own a piece of this yourself and do with it what you want. Dr. Seuss, and you see some big names here, UFS, all these, Samsung. So I like this one. I own it myself. Most of the ones I tell you I probably own myself. And I think it's a good long-term hold, maybe a year or two, but I think it'll do really, really well. All right, my influencer of the day. And I recently came across him, TechPath. He talks many things, but it mainly deals with finances, Paul Baring. But I like his style. He's very easy. I like his set. It's easy to DIs, and he talks a lot. He talked yesterday about stocks, a certain stock of a car company that was coming out. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. I can probably pull it up if you want. I'm not really a huge stock guy just because it's manipulated system too much. But here, let me pull it up. It's Didi, D-I-D-I. It was a car company out of China, much like Uber, but Uber on crack cocaine. It has so many other things that it can do. I'm not going to go into it, but this is just one example of what he talks about. But he does talk a lot on cryptocurrencies, and he does a good job at it. He's not too fast, like I'm a fast talker sometimes. But he keeps in a very good pace, and he does a lot of interviews. He has a lot of good people from different sites. So I really recommend him. I like his style. So he's fairly new, and get a look at him. All right, book of the day. Part of what we talked about in the esoteric stuff. You can sort of follow Alice Bailey, who was a student of Madame Blavatsky's. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, you have to Google that. This video is already getting a little long. But the initiation of human and solar. So I recommend this book. It can be deep, extremely deep, for those who don't understand that, speak of that language. A lot of it's out of Hinduism or Indian philosophy, but brilliant, brilliant, brilliant reading to help you with yourself, your spiritual side. All right, guys, I think that's going to about do it. So please, again, just please take a moment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe and tell 5 friends, and also hit the notification bell. That way, as soon as these things come out, you can watch them and give me a like. and that way I can keep it climbing the ladder in the old algorithm. But I really appreciate each and every one of you watching these videos. I'm open to your comments, and let's make this video, or let's make this platform grow, and I will grow with it, and so will how I present the information grow. I like Barron's look. I like that look. Eventually I'll get to that as well and do the same format. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. And remember, keep it casual.